Hello, it's Travis Edwards with another mental check. Take a shot of your positive vibes. Let's go! So today, welcome to another mental check. Today, we're going to be talking about the formula for getting rich, right? You know, when I grew up, I thought that, what I was taught was that rich people are greedy, not to have too much, and obviously my parents, not my parents, but whatever their parents thought was basically suppressed onto my parents' thinking. And so they believed a certain way about thinking. So I thought about rich people as not, as greedy, not giving. And as I started growing up and coming to my own awareness, I realized that rich people the rich people that I have run into, or the wealthy people that I've run into, are absolutely not like that, right? But the question really, if you were to go, and you wouldn't actually, unless you've worked directly or you're rich yourself, you won't know that unless you get actually exposed to that. And so, if you were to go and ask the average person how much they want to earn, or how much they're willing to be worth by age 65. Think about what they would say to you. I bet you, just go ask, or if you want to do a test today, just call a couple people on your phone, call a couple of your friends, call someone and ask them, how much do you want to earn? How much do you want to be worth by age 65? And listen to what their answer will be. Just listen to the answer. And you'll find that the majority of people actually haven't thought about that in the first place. They haven't actually done any constructive thinking on how much they want to earn. They actually haven't decided to earn more. And so that's a problem right there. There's no constructive thinking on how much they want to earn, and they haven't decided on the actual amount. So and then give you an analogy, right? If you don't make a decision, right? Say you wanted to make an apple pie, and you don't know how to make that apple pie. Don't you need to go up and look for the recipe to make that apple pie? If a lady wants to make an apple pie, or a guy wants to make an apple pie, he has to go and look up the recipe to make that apple pie. If you want to make a certain amount of income, then you need to also look up the recipe to make that income. It's that simple. There's a recipe to make it. It's not that there's rich people and they caught the breaks, or they're lucky, or they're greedy. It's nothing like that. They started off just like us, and they worked a certain way. They used a formula, and this is their formula, right? Now, just like a pilot takes off or has a checklist to take off and land, there is a checklist for getting rich. There's a checklist for getting rich, right? Now, the number one thing, or the actual recipe to getting rich, is in this right here. It's exactly this. Our rewards in life will be in direct proportion to our service, our contribution, or to our contribution, our service. So our rewards in life, the amount of money we earn, will be in direct proportion to our contribution, our service. In other words, the more service that we render, the more rich we will become. That's it. The more you think about contribution, how you can contribute to society, that will determine how rich you become. If you become super valuable, you cannot stop wealth from coming to you. That is your goal. Think about contribution, right? Or I'll give it to you guys another way. The amount of money you earn will be in direct proportion to the need for what you do, your ability to do it, and the difficulty in replacing you. So I'll say that again. The amount of money you earn in a corporation or job, or if you're an entrepreneur, the amount of money you'll earn will be in direct proportion to the need for what you do, your ability to do it, and the difficulty in replacing you. So your goal, number one, if you're going to start something or you're going to do something, there should be a need. There should be a need in it. Number two, the next thing is the difficulty in replacing you. A company will not fire a person if that person is super valuable. They will pay them more not to leave. Because if you develop your skill of the difficulty in replacing you, if it takes 2 or 3 or 4 people to replace you, then you become very valuable. So your worth goes up. So the only thing you really need to focus on is really focus on basically, so the need for what your ability to do it. So you need to focus on getting really good at what you really do right now. So for me as a personal trainer, I focus on my ability, number one, or just a personal trainer, as a speaker, entrepreneur, I focus on my ability to do certain things, communicate, make very good training programs, teach the people around me. I focus on that because I know if I can increase that value, then things will change in my life as well. So focus on your ability to do what you can do. If you're a person that makes a certain product or does a certain thing, your job is to become better and better. If you look at Michael Jordan, this guy wasn't one of those guys that focused on the fame. The fame came because of his work ethic. I've been watching his documentary. The fame came because of his work ethic. The man night in and night out performed high level. Never seen anything like this. Actually, no player in the NBA has ever performed like that ever again. Nobody. Not even Kobe was like that. It was just ridiculous. He stopped so many people from winning championships because he focused on the ability to do it. He just got better every single day, and he was so ahead of every single person. Focus on your ability to do it, okay? Now, there's a couple rules that go with this recipe. There's a couple rules, right? Remember, I told you, just like you're making an apple pie, there's ingredients, and there's certain rules to make that apple pie, or certain ingredients to make the apple pie. And the rule number one is called the gold mine. And the gold mine is between your ears. It is your mind. It's your mind. It's your mind. You must think deliberately and with a purpose. You must think deliberately and with a purpose. So a lot of people have what you call this copycat syndrome. So if I'm in the personal training industry, a lot of people are actually doing exercise videos or doing videos on YouTube or YouTube, whatever. My thing is, I don't want to compete with these guys. My goal is actually not to compete with them. I actually don't focus on what other trainers are doing. I only focus on my lane. I only think about ways that I can improve in my lane. I come up with ideas that are different, that allows me to create, not to compete. Your focus should be on creating, not on competing. Think about ways that you can improve your area of expertise, right? Think about, and the way that you do that, and the way that I did it in the past, is I would spend some time every single day, whether it's time that I got up early, and I do suggest getting up earlier. If you got up at least 30 minutes to an hour, do you know how many hours a day or how many hours in a year that you would actually create for yourself just by doing that, by getting up by 30 minutes by hour every single day? What you can do every single day is write down 5 new ideas every single day. Sit down, think about what you do in your field, and think about 5 ways that you can, 5 ideas every single day. Just write it on paper. I'm not saying that every single idea that you think about will be great, but start off with that. And eventually you'll come to 1, 2, 3 ideas, right? That will be really, really good for you. That can really change your life. It only takes 1 or 2 ideas. But most importantly, you must have that income goal on that paper. So when you're writing down your ideas, put your income goal on the paper and think about ideas or things that will help you get to that income goal. Think about things and ideas that will get you an income goal. And I'm not talking about all areas, not all different ideas. Think about things that you specialize in, things that you take particular interest in. If I'm a personal trainer, if I'm a speaker, I am thinking of ways that I can improve what is currently done. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. All you need to do is actually currently improve what's going on. So if you see that there's for example, in personal training, I'll give you a good example. You have gyms, you have studios, you have boot camps. I looked at the industry and I said, there's a need for in-home personal training. People don't want to go to the gym. That one idea, boom, my business took off. I was competing, trying to go against gyms, and I just said, create my own lane, go in the niche. Think about ways that I can improve what is currently done. People do not want to leave their house. Think about that, right? Right? So think about ways that you can improve what you're currently doing, right? And just 5 ideas a day. 5 ideas a day. Even if you don't want to get up earlier, do that 5 ideas a day. Rule number 2 in this ingredient, rule number 1 was your gold mine, your thinking. Rule number 2 is what you call the word. And the word is called attitude. I've talked about this numerous times before. You know, it has been said that humans can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind. Humans can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind. In other words, we become what we think about. If you think about it, your total environment, the cars you have, where you live, your friends, the amount of money you make is basically a reflection of you as a person. If you don't like the environment that you're in, then you must change you. You must think differently. Your attitude must change, and then your world will reflect that change. You'll notice that friends will drop off, people will drop off in your life because they don't identify with you anymore, and that's fine. But that's what happens when you change your attitude. Your attitude is the number one secret, 100%. So don't think of you're looking at somebody and look at what they have and think about, oh my gosh, that person is lucky or anything of that nature. No, their attitude is different than yours. The people that have the great attitude, they just naturally graduate to the top. It's no coincidence. Attitude is the secret. It's not because they're greedy. Don't get me wrong, there's people that do stuff like that, but it's not because they're greedy or they're doing stuff to other people. No, because it's their attitude. They create great causes, and so they get excellent effects. It's nothing more than that, guys. That's your formula right there. That is the formula for getting rich right there with the two rules, the gold mine and your attitude. But remember, your rewards in life is a direct reflection of your contribution, your service. Think about how much service that you can render, and you won't help yourself but get rich with it, or be wealthy, because increase your value to the marketplace, and you'll see what happens with your life. There is no reason, there's nothing that can stop you. But most importantly, you need to think about what you want. I always say this, guys, define what you want. Is it $100,000 a month? Is it $5 million a year? You must specify what you want, and then you can break it down to the ridiculous. You can know how much money you need to earn in a month. You can figure out how much money you need to earn in a week. You can figure out how much money you need to earn in a day. And when you break it down to the ridiculous, it's actually not that hard. It's really not that hard, guys. So I hope I brought the heat for you guys today. I hope you guys are pumped. Man, post this on social media. Make sure you take a picture, put it on social media, and burn up my social media Instagram so I can share it with the world. This information today, this one, I was dying to share this one with you guys. I couldn't even wait. Anyways, as always, thank you for joining the Mental Check. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.